بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وأصلي وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is one of the halaqah for the month of Ramadan in general, although it's not yet. And today is Thursday, and Ramadan is expected next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday, inshallah. So before that, I want to finish, inshallah, in quick review about the rules, basic rules related to the month of Ramadan and its fasting. So yesterday we talked about conditions that obligate to fast. If you meet one of those, if you meet all four conditions, as we said, you must fast. So number one, we said you must be a Muslim in Islam in order to follow the fasting in Islamic way. You have to be a Muslim, number one. And number two, you have to be at the age of puberty. And number three, you have to be a sane person. And the last one, ability to fast, we explained yesterday. Today, we'll talk new subjects about fasting in the month of Ramadan. The first one, and this is like according to the book of Abu Shuja', and then my explanation I will share with you, inshallah, whatever is related to the modern time. So the next lecture is obligatory actions about the fasting. In Arabic, it's like fara'id al-sawm. And the kitab says arba'atu ashya. So there are four. Number one, an-niyya. The hadith, innamal a'malu bin-niyyat. Whatever act of good deed that you do in Islam, before you do it, you should have an intention to do it. And that is required in Islam. So without it, Allah won't accept your deed. So, and number one, so to fast, you should have intention. So then, scholars, some they say like you must have intention every night, and others say that if you have the first night intention that you will fast for the whole month of Ramadan, that's enough. And I agree the second one. So what you need is the night that confirmed the moon is sighted. You have niyyah or intention. Niyyah is Arabic word, which means like you intend and plan to fast for the whole month of Ramadan, inshallah, for the sake of Allah. That's enough. So you don't have to renew every night. So by the time you say like the first night of Ramadan, that covers for the whole month of Ramadan. So that's number one. Number two is like wal imsak. Here it's like to avoid or abstain. To avoid what? Anil akli, eating from dawn to sunset, and washurb, drinking, any type of the drinking. And here always drinking in Islam, we talk halal drinking. And haram drinking is always haram, whether it's you are in the month of Ramadan, outside of Ramadan, like alcohol, wine, and any type of the drinking. And then what you must avoid also will jima'. So here in Islam, if you are married, you cannot have al-jima', means like intercourse, and intentional intercourse with your wife, if a husband, or if a husband with your husband, from that time limit, dawn to sunset, no intercourse. And wata'ammud, last one is to avoid. Ta'ammud here means like intentional al-qay, throwing up of vomiting. So if you do like intentional throw up, your fast is gone. It's invalid. So you have to. So what do you mean like to avoid? Means like you cannot during the hours of the fasting, you cannot put your finger to, you feel something, and you are putting your finger to throw up, to take out whatever you're feeling, and that makes your fasting gone. For that reason, you have to make up another time, and the make up time we'll talk about. Then today, the next subject that we are covering is things that invalidate your fasting. This is very important to memorize. According to the book of book of Shafi'i, Imam Abu Shuja' or Qadi Abu Shuja' says 10. You should memorize those 10. 10 break your fasting. So you should be very careful, those 10, or invalidate your fasting. And the first one is وَالَّذِي يُفْطِرُ بِهِ الصَّائِمُ عَشَرَةُ أَشْيَاء. So if I do like word by word, the one وَالَّذِي, the one يُفْطِرُ بِهِ الصَّائِمُ, the one that يُفْطِرُ means like breaks. الصَّائِمُ, the person who is fasting, bihi and bisababihi, because of that, is asharatu ashya. There are 10. So number one, ma, whatever, wasala, reaches, amdan, it has to be intentional, ila al-jawf, to the stomach. So the body, the stomach. And so scholars, they say like, it's not only the stomach, whatever reaches the body. Then the body, they explain, scholars, the brain, if something reaches the brain for some reason is, and if the chest, abdomen, and the head, and some scholars even they go far. That's why this needs to be explained. They say that if we'll talk about, so one of the when we will talk the subject of insertion, we'll talk that time to cover about how those products could reach the body and from where. But the number one that I want to know is if anything reached your chest or your brain or your stomach intentionally. This is very important, intentionally. Why I'm saying that? Let's say like you felt something in between your teeth, and you want to take it out using like your air system in your mouth, like saying that, and then when you get it, you are trying to throw it, but not to eat it and go to your stomach. But for some reason, when you did this unintentionally, it went down to your throat all the way to the stomach. That does not break your fast. And then what does it? And then the saliva, the mouth saliva that comes normally from your mouth, that does not break your fasting. Every human, you have this type of natural saliva produced by your mouth that if any time goes to your stomach, does not break the fasting. So anything goes to the stomach, chest, brain, that breaks the fast if it's intentional. Number two, al-huqna. He said, wal-huqna, this is, huqna is insertion. So, في أحد السبيلين, into the two private parties, into the anus or vagina. If anything goes in those two areas of your private parts, that will break the fasting. And again, anytime when we talk about all this discussion, it's very important that it's intentional. So you do it, or doctor is doing, and then that breaks your fast. So number 3, والقيء. So this is again, we'll make it very clear, is throwing up amdan, intentionally, that you made it. So you're putting your finger to your mouth to throw up. If you do that, that breaks your fast. That's number 3. Number 4, والوطء amdan fil farj. So it's a very clear to the Abu Shuja kitab. So والوطء means like intercourse, and amdan, intentionally fil farj, and it has to be the farj means like the vagina. And what the Sheikh is trying to do is, and although we'll come later on about something called like mubashara. So if something comes up, al-inzal, we'll talk about when we come to that point. But right now is man and woman doing intercourse. It is intentional. When we say intentional here, there are what's out is if someone sleeping and dreaming, and he dies in the dream and woke up, and then he found wet on his private part. He did not do intentionally. He was dreaming. That was out of his control. So that is number 4. Number 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, number 5 is والإنزال and mubashara. والإنزال is here. This is like ejaculation, and mubashara, one they call like with the skin, means like two male and female, like husband and wife, the example. So the husband is doing mubashara, means like skin to skin, touching his body with the body of his wife, and then not intercourse, but without intercourse, then something comes out, semen, mani. At that time, your fasting is broken, so it's gone. And then that is number 5. So number 6, well, height here, I will make it 6 and 7, because the Sheikh listed those. Maybe what he meant was the 10th, we'll see. But height here is the period, menstruation. When the woman has her period time, if that bleeding comes out because of the period, she cannot continue fasting. She has to stop there, even if it's the end of the day, but it's not sunset yet. That day's fasting is broken. That's number 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's number 6. Okay. And then when nifas, 7, when nifas. Nifas breaks the fast. And nifas like postnatal bleeding. When the woman has a baby, after the baby there's a blood that comes and continue. According to the fuqaha, it could be one of the 3. It will continue like they say like majja in Arabic, it's like one time, and it doesn't come back after one time. It's rare. Or nifas, most of the time, most of the women, they have about 40 days. So on that 40 days, she cannot fast. And then the third type of the nifas or postnatal bleeding could be 62 months. but this is also rare. The first one is rare, the last one is rare. The normal that most of the women get is 40. So on Somali waxay dhahaan afartankay ku jirtaa. So in Somali language they say like she's counting her 40 days of the postnatal bleeding. So those 40 days she cannot fast because the nifas breaks the fasting. 8 will junoon. Junoon here is insanity. The person, if for some reason is became like lost his conscious and became like crazy, complete mental illness, that person is missing one of the condition of the fasting, which was like to be sane. So for that reason, the fasting has gone. So if inshallah the person gets back, he has to make up that day. And the last one is he made it like we'll find out how he counted 10 a ridda. The last one he made is like a ridda. A ridda means here leaving the religion or changing your religion of Islam. Wal-iyadhu billah, may Allah protect us, apostasy. And the person, once he leaves his religion or change his religion to different religion, not Islam anymore, that person, his fasting is gone. So there are 9. If we look what we counted, and it's not 10, the kitab, and we said 10, but that's what the Sheikh started, Asharatu Ashiya. But when we counted is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And in English he counted 10, and I think what he's adding is anything goes to the stomach, then or he counted like number 2, the head. So if we counted that way, it becomes 10. Anyway, we'll stop there, and we'll answer some questions about after that, inshallah, after this session. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.